In honor of Father's Day, meet the worst father of the year.
I thought that he was my dad, but, that's basically like murder. He just left me to die.
He was supposed to give his son a kidney, but instead, he gave the system the slip. Tonight, see how you helped bring him down and gave a boy a new chance at life. June 16th, 2007. To date, you have been responsible for 946 captures. This is America's Most Wanted. With host John Walsh. From across the country, our team of correspondents. Now, from our Washington Crime Center, join the manhunt with John Walsh.
Good evening. We got a great capture to tell you about tonight. Angeline Hartman has the latest.
Byron Perkins has been many things in his life, but to his son Destin, he's been the world's worst father.
I thought that he was my dad, and nothing like this he would ever do to me, but, that's basically like murder. He just left me to die.
What do you have to say to Destin? Perkins first abandoned his son when he was just a young boy. Perkins stole to feed a drug habit and was in and out of prison most of Destin's life.
The major part of it was my early childhood and seeing drugs and abuse. The police would come in, make everything stop.
When Perkins finally got out of jail, he had long left his family behind, and he hooked up with bad girl Leanne Howard. Her claim to fame was hiring an undercover state trooper for thousands of dollars to kill her husband. The cops caught it all on tape.
So make sure, on top of that, you really do want to do this for the love of God.
They were the perfect match. Meanwhile, Destin was trying out for the high school football team. During the routine physical, doctors told him that he was experiencing total kidney failure.
Death was really right there. I know that kidney failure, if you couldn't get a donor, you could die from it.
As Destin battled for his life, cops in western Kentucky chased his dad and his dad's girlfriend for a series of home invasion robberies. Cops arrested Perkins and Howard, and the two worked their way through the legal system. While Perkins was sitting in jail awaiting sentencing, he came forward with a generous offer. Perkins wanted to donate his kidney to his ailing son.
We really wasn't that close in my early childhood. He was always in jail and stuff. I thought he wanted to step up and become a dad this time, and try to help me.
He stood there before the court, crying to the judge, saying, "My son is dying, my son is dying. Please let me do this."
The judge agreed to let Perkins out for medical tests. It turns out he was a match. Perkins and his son waited for the surgery to be scheduled.
When the phone rang, I'm like, "Well, that's Dad. We got a date for the transplant." And I thought that was him, and it was the marshals, U.S. Marshals. They said your dad skipped town. He didn't show up at the doctor. I don't know what he was going through, but still, it was dirty what he did to me.
The marshals say Byron Perkins turned his back on his son and hit the road, fleeing Kentucky with Howard. The U.S. Marshals put both Howard and Perkins on their top 15, and they came to us because time was running out for Destin. We added them to AMW's Dirty Dozen.
This selfish slimeball was released from
And when
jail.
we aired the story,
Have you reported that to the local authorities?
something happened that we weren't expecting. People were so moved by Destin's story that more than 100 of you came forward and offered your own kidneys to Destin.
A lot of good people out there willing to help, and I just want to thank all those people.
It's overwhelming. The viewers of America's Most Wanted watch, they care, and they'll do whatever it takes to help law enforcement and help the victims.
6 months later, Destin got the first bit of good news. He finally received a kidney from an anonymous donor.
My mom come in crying. She's like, let's go, we gotta go. And I'm like, what's wrong? They got you a kidney, we need to go. As soon as I got that kidney, I felt 100% better. I had more energy. I was back up on my feet, doing the normal things. I was living life again.
Destin skirted death, no thanks to his father.
I just want to know why he would do something like that to me. I thought he loved me.
Byron Perkins and Leanne Howard were still gone, but eventually your tips led marshals to Mexico, to Puerto Vallarta.
Se veía que estaba muy familiar con el área y estaba bastante bronceado.
U.S. Marshals and Mexican federales blanketed the area with posters of the couple and asked hotels, resorts, and homeless shelters to be on the lookout for the pair. A full year passed before an eagle-eyed federale spotted Perkins and Howard.
They were in the downtown area walking around, a lot of backpacks, and they were recognized right away. The Mexican law enforcement approached and arrested them, and they were very surprised, to say the least.
Perkins and Howard were quickly deported to the U.S.
Byron Perkins, we're with America's Most Wanted. We're wondering if you could talk to us about your side of the story. Can we talk, not here, but can we talk to you in Louisville on the other end? Would that be all right with you?
I want to tell my story, because the truth has been told, not the whole truth.
What do you have to say about what's happened?
I just want to think about everything and then I'll
Finally, the man dubbed the world's worst father sat down and gave his version of the truth.
I figured I would be on America's Most Wanted eventually, but I didn't. You guys made it into this. You know what I mean? You guys blew it up to you guys have made my son believe that, hey, he didn't care about you. He left you here to die. That's not true. I had no intentions of running in, but the last test they gave me was, I think, a CAT scan. And I was in one room, and they were in another, and I heard them talking about a kidney stone or a gallstone. I thought I couldn't give him a kidney.
You figured it would just work itself out, and he would
I
just
figured
get it.
maybe somebody else from their family. I figured somebody would give him a kidney. I wanted to help my son. I had no intentions of running.
He believes you left him to die.
It's not true.
It's just a bunch of crap, basically, is all it amounts to.
Marshals say Destin is right. Jailhouse phone calls between Perkins and Howard revealed months of planning went into their escape.
So, to get my 38s and some socks and stuff from that there, whatever you got left up there. Alright?
I got most of my stuff except my bag. I just don't want to forget nothing.
While on the run, the scheming couple took time out to get married, as Destin sat in a hospital, suffering through kidney dialysis 3 days a week.
When did you guys decide to get married?
Well, we had planned to before we even left, before any trouble or anything.
Where did you get married?
Next to Cancun.
You went to a courtroom or
No, just on the beach.
you got like a minister to come out on the beach? And that is romantic.
Well, I mean, you know, there was a place people were getting married. We were there, so we just, you know, we just decided we were going to.
And what do you have to say to Destin now?
And I'm sorry.
That's it?
That's it, and I'm done answering
I mean,
questions.
what if he would have died? I'm sorry? Do you have regrets about what happened?
I always regretted it.
Anything else you want to say to Destin?
Just I love you, and I'm sorry, Destin. And it's not true. It's not the way they're telling it.
I still love him, but now that this is all done and over with, I can see that he's kind of selfish of himself. He chose freedom over giving me a second chance at life.
It's made Destin realize he doesn't want to be anything like his father. Now he's turning to the people who were his role models all along.
I've been doing ride-alongs with the local police department. It's been a blast. But I was raised here. I was actually born in Somerset. The plan is one day go to the police academy and become a police officer and fight crime.